Thanks to the support as a channel member, Brad SGP. Well, we went about it the hard way, but we did eventually manage to have what I reckon was quite a successful transfer window yesterday. So now we need to have a look at how our new look team perform on the pitch and decide amongst ourselves whether we think we've got any chance of staying in the Championship or whether I need to be starting another job hunt. And we're going to be testing ourselves with two pretty important away games. As you can see, the media still think we are odds-on favourites to get relegated, but we're away against Swansea and Bristol City, both teams who, if we've got any chance of staying up, we need to be competitive with. We're not going to be beating the likes of Leeds and Bournemouth and Forest, but we do need to put in a performance against these kind of teams. So fingers crossed, eh? And this is the team that we're going to be putting out there to try and do that. And you're not going to get to see my big 6'6" new centre-back today because he's injured. He is on the bench, so you hopefully see him in the second match, but you're not going to see him in the first one. He has already scored a near-post corner, so I'm expecting great things from him. But it is a very different 11 to the 11 you saw the last time you saw this team play. So, of course, it's Mr. Tickle in goal. One of the few survivors of last season, Fernandez at left-back, alongside the Ajax youngster Roivers, who, if you did miss the transfer special, he's a 6'4", 18-year-old Ajax youth defender. So very excited to have him in the team alongside Carragher. Quirini, our new right-back, is at right-back. Somerville at the base of the midfield. Then Gibbs and another survivor, Miley, in central midfield. And then a completely new-look front three of Jimmo, Webster and Bonnell. And, of course, we do have the player who I think probably excited the comment section the most yesterday, Oh Mama, because apparently he's really, really good in real life. Less so in-game, it seems, but apparently he plays quite regularly for Watford and was quite good at an under-20s international tournament recently. So fingers crossed, we've got a good version of him, but he will be starting from the bench today because this guy's also very good. And I'll make my own mind up eventually who's the best out of those two, or potentially even Cabia, who of course was very good last year and is still here, but of course can play on either side. So lots of new faces. It is still a team that is still getting used to playing together. We've had a couple of iffy performances. We have had a big win as well, though. So we have got it in us to score goals and dominate teams. And certainly Bonnell, I expect to be a very useful striker for us up front. And I think we are with the huge number of enormous boys that we've brought into this squad. I think we're a real threat from set pieces this season, which we weren't really when I first arrived. I remember one of the big issues being how little the team was, and we certainly have a big bunch of dominant football gentlemen now. Denner, our new left back, who we're easing in gently. He's only just arrived, but he's another one who's like 6'4", 6'5". We've got a lot of very big boys. So expect to see us be a significant goal threat from set pieces. But it's not all about set pieces. Obviously, we'd like to score some from open play as well. So let's try and do that, shall we? Where are Swansea in the league currently? Let's have a little look at the old league table situation. So we are Swansea are 21st, we're 16th. So we've got 1 point more than them so far. So it really is an important match because it's a team who are probably going to be in that relegation mix with us. And if we come here and struggle, we're likely to struggle throughout a lot of the season, which wouldn't be ideal. I like Roivers' hair. Look at that. That's a jolly fine head of hair he's got on him. And Jimmo skinning his opposite number on this far side. A very weird cross back to Gibbs, who is in acres of space, though. Rather than playing it into the penalty area, he's cut that back to where Gibbs was lurking in absolutely loads of space. And if anything, he probably had a little bit too long to pick his spot. And the spot he ended up picking was a guy sat in the 14th row behind the goal, which was not ideal. And now Swansea getting in behind us. It's so easy. It's so simple. It's the kind of goal we need to cut out. It's the kind of goal we've been quite good at scoring over the years. But it's oh so frustrating. They get into the Johnny Day position in between fullback and centre-back, and then it's just a case of squaring it to the guy waiting in the middle, and it's so simple for him. And unfortunately, even Mr. Tickle can't stop that. and we find ourselves a goal down as we head towards half-time, and Webster has been absolutely battered there. He's only 5'1", by the way. So, yes, although we've got a lot of very big boys, he is definitely not one of them. So I don't know if he's going to be physically up to the fight in the Championship, but Bonnell probably is, and that's his 4th goal in 5 games already, and he is already looking like a very, very important signing for us. I was never fully happy with the striker situation we had here at Wigan, but this guy's going to be a superstar. He's got Championship top scorer written all over him. I mean, look at the state of him. Only 24 years old. Pretty much got a little bit of everything you'd look for from a decent striker, and he's proving already that he's capable of scoring goals as well. So exciting times ahead for him. And we've dominated possession, which is weird because we weren't doing that last year, but we have been doing that more this year. I think we've certainly hugely upgraded the midfield area of the team. And now Gibbs, who is definitely part of that upgrade, getting himself in behind the defence, and then it's another piece of poor decision-making from him. I don't know if it is poor decision-making or poor execution. Time will tell. He gets himself into good positions, and then, I mean, he's given the ball away there, and it's ultimately cost us a goal. We've been hit on the counter-attack. It's very, very similar to that first goal that we conceded. It's just happened on the other side, but it's the same guy, I think, getting in behind us again. He's causing us all kinds of problems and just setting them up on a plate for his mate in the middle, which is not ideal. We're going to demand more. We're going to go attacking, and we are going to start glancing towards our bench and deciding what kind of difference makers we've got down there. We've obviously got lots of wide options. Cabia, Mama, O'Neill. We've got Sadie, who of course could come on and add to the attack. Denner as a big physical presence at fullback, and we certainly seem to be struggling in that area. But Denner's not fully fit, which is why he's not starting today. It's the problem with signing all the defenders so late. They've come in and they're not really ready to come in and go straight into the team. Even Roivers and Quirini are basically playing their first matches of the season 5 games into the Championship season, which is not exactly what we'd be hoping for. They've not really had a pre-season, certainly not with us. And now Webster. A last chance for him to impress before he gets hauled off, I think. Cross to Jimmo. Doesn't find him. Jimmo, cross comes in from him. Doesn't find his man. Somerville plays it back out to Webster. Webster with a headed assist. All 5'1" of him. Heads the ball back into the area. Bonnell's offside. Well, that's upsetting. Right. Changes afoot. We are going to get Denner on at left back. Bindon, I think, will leave out of things because he's not fully fit. I mean, he's injured. That's different to not fully fit. We are going to bring Mama on the right-hand side. And I think we're also going to change up the left-hand side and bring on Cabia over there. And we'll leave it as that for now because I feel like we're knocking on the door. I don't want to go too gung-ho and give away another one. But we do need to get ready to throw Sadie on and maybe throw another attacker on if it comes to it. Denner with the flick on. See, he's a big boy. It's good having a big boy in there. Unfortunately, the flick on didn't find a lovely pink shirt, and they've sliced straight through the middle of us here, and we looked very, very vulnerable there. And that, again, got to emphasise, Swansea are one of the worst teams in the division, and they've just absolutely sliced us open there. Right, we are going to take off. Can Denner play centre-back? No. I mean, he's 6'4". He should be able to. I think we can play him on the left at the back here. I think we're going to sacrifice Quirini and Somerville and throw on some more attackers. So Sadie's going to come on for Somerville and get up there with Bonnell. And then I think we're going to bring on... What is the weird order of this bench all about? I can't find anybody. And then it's a case of, do we bring on Wood or O'Neill? I think we probably bring on Wood for Quirini and get him up into the attack as well. And then I think what I want to do is get him up there, him there, and then kind of do that. It seems to make perfect sense to me. You need to be getting forward. we probably need to balance this on the other side as well. So we might need to just have him in there so that he can drop back into the back four. And we do that. It's so much fun. I love it. And then, hold on, it's all making sense. So then he goes there, and then he drops back in there. Does that get everyone in positions they can get to? It does. Right. And everything, I mean, he needs to be an overlapping centre-back, get him attacking. There we go. And go very attacking. We've got 10 minutes with a lot of footballers on the pitch. Let's try and score a goal. Yeah. Demand more. I don't know what we're going to do if we do score, because I don't know how you turn this back into a system that's not insane again. But you see me do this a few times now, and it sometimes works and it's sometimes a disaster. But I think in a game that's as important as this, we wouldn't necessarily do this in a game we didn't need to get something out of. But I think this is a game we do need to get something out of. And Sadie to Bonnell, and there is the equaliser. And it's hugely important. And now what on earth do we do? We've got 10 more minutes of this football match. Right. Unknown defender in there. Right, Denner can go there. Carragher can go there. We don't have another centre-back. So, can Miley play centre-back? Nope. Can Gibbs? Nope. He's tall. I think we do this, because we've tried Wood at left-back before. I think we go to that. And then I think we're just going to do like a 4-4-2. So something like this, maybe. And then, hold on, everybody. So we'll just stay in a 4-4-2. So it's like this, isn't it? That works. And then we'll just drop back to positive. I mean, neither of them are comfortable doing what I'm asking them to do at all. But we had to throw players on to try and change the game. Yeeks. We don't really want to be defending set pieces with only one centre-back. Oh, I guess we've still got the two centre-backs on, Carragher and Roivers. It's just we've got Carragher playing at right-back. So we've got a lot of height. There you go. Denner gets it clear, and it's Bonnell. And can we grab a winner? Bonnell with the counter-attack. Sadie is up with him in the middle. Bonnell tries to go on his own, and now we've got a corner of our own. 88 minutes on the clock. And this is where we are a threat. It's Denner to take. Cabia with the cross, and that was all round a bit weird, because Denner's probably the tallest player we've got on the pitch, and he took it. And then he took it short, despite us having lots of big boys. And then Cabia with a terrible attempt at a cross from a weird angle. So it was a disaster corner. We've given the ball away, and it's immediately led to this counter-attack, but Cabia wins the ball back. Cabia goes past his man. Cabia, what's he doing there? Having an absolutely wild shot from miles out. It goes over. It's been a very strange football match. And I guess a draw is A fair result, and B, we'd have taken a draw away from home beforehand. We got something out of it, and that's important. Now we need to go and try and do the same job again against a better team in the shape of Bristol City, who are already up in the playoff position. So it's going to be an even harder. It'll be fine. We'll be fine. So no changes to the starting 11 for the Bristol City game, but Bindon is no longer injured. Denner is getting closer to being match fit. So there are going to be changes coming soon. But I think we actually played quite well at times. And I like having, I mean, I'm such a modern fancy football manager. I like having my finishers on the subs bench. I like being able to completely change the team and bring on some real top quality players as the game goes on. So I'm definitely the modern tactical football manager these days, boys and girls. I'm a changed man. If you've been watching the channel for years, I am a changed man. I'm actually thinking of starting to record the videos wearing jeans and a sweater, maybe. I'm going to become a proper modern football guy. I might get one of those stylish, expensive coats that they all wear rather than wearing a suit. I feel like I'm being football managers like me, my kind of football manager. We don't wear suits these days. It'll be fine. It will be fun. I'm a little bit alarmed that they're shaping up with the 4-2-4, which we know from our time at Bedford is a very effective formation in FM26. And I mean, it's something we are capable of countering, but we just don't quite have the. Although we've upgraded the midfield, I don't think we have the midfield personnel to hold on to the ball enough and do it with this team yet. Although I guess we'll see as time goes on. Miley's certainly turning into a complete midfield player. We signed him to be our defensive midfielder. We're playing him more often further forward. So he's becoming someone who could probably do it. Gibbs might be a player who could potentially do it. So there is an argument where we sacrifice Somerville and throw another attacking player on, whether it's another one of our fancy attacking midfield boys and do like a 4-2-3-1, or whether we stick Sadie up with Bunnell and have two. What is Mr. Tickle doing there? I mean, I'm trying not to be alarmed, but this guy is supposed to be a Premier League goalkeeper. He's had a couple of questionable moments. I hope we're not having the Casagrande situation again, but with much higher stakes, because obviously we could have made all that money on Mr. Tickle. But Casagrande, of course, was an unbeatable piece of awesome when we were down in non-league. We got into League Two and it was pretty clear he wasn't up to standard. And I'm not saying that's the situation with Mr. Tickle just yet. However, I don't feel like we've got a dominant super goalkeeper anymore like we had in League One. And I feel like if he's a £15 million goalkeeper like he supposedly is, he probably should be. We're 2-0 down. I mean, yeah, we were probably going to lose a game like this. Bristol City are a good team. We know that. But they've got an XG of 0.55. They've had 2 shots on target and scored them both. These are not the kind of statistics we're used to seeing from Mr. Tickle. It's a worry. What's his average rating this season? 6.48. Oh, I'm going to be upset if it becomes clear he's a problem. We have got Denner and Binden on the bench, who I think are probably going to come on, maybe on the hour mark. I think this is one of those games where I'm probably not going to do silly tactic stuff because we're pretty clearly not at the same level as Bristol City. The fact they've so comfortably taken lead, although to be fair, on the XG, it's level. Possession, it's roughly level. The difference between the two teams has been finishing and the goalkeeper, Webster. I think you're probably all screaming at me that Webster's not the answer on that right-hand side. Mama's going to come on. We're going to do a triple change here. Denner's going to come on. And I think we're also going to bring on Binden for Carragher. And I think there's an argument that 11 that's now on the pitch is probably the best 11. Potentially it could be Cabia rather than Mama as the starter on that side. We're still figuring things out. It's still early on in the season. Let's go attacking. Let's try and get back into the game. We're not going to throw a gazillion men forward. And if they score again here, we might just give up. Mr. Tickle made a save. Mr. Tickle's back, boys and girls. I never doubted him. And I can't believe some of you did. Let's demand more. Let's get a goal back. Let's have a Binden header. We've brought the big boys on now. Let's have them show me something from a set piece. Or do something that is highlight worthy. Anybody. Won't somebody do something? Right, we're going to take off Somerville. We are going to bring on Sadie. We're not going to go crazy with it, but we are going to go 2 up top. And we'll just do that. And then for my final trick, Jimo's tired, so Cabia can come on for him. We're not going to go all-out attack, though, unless we grab one back, because we've got to think in terms of goal difference, which you can't see on that league table. That's handy. One more, demand more. I think Bristol City have just grabbed a couple of goals and shut up shop. Right, Sadie, trying for the long throw. We've got the big boys lined up here, and neither of them end up with the ball. And now everybody's forward, apart from Miley, who's the only guy who's stayed back. And we are chasing back. And luckily, Mr. Tickle is there to get us out of trouble again. So maybe I was a little harsh on Mr. Tickle in the first half. He's made a couple of important saves in this second half. We're still forming a team in front of him. Certainly still forming a back four in front of him. I think that's probably my starting back four, but that doesn't include our captain, Carragher, then. So do we maybe need to look in terms of appointing a new captain if our captain isn't going to be a regular starter in the team? So many decisions to make, boys and girls. Right, Miley, can he get a foot on that? He can't. And it's going to be Bristol City coming at us again. I don't remember us creating a chance in this entire match, which is probably more alarming than conceding the 2 goals. The fact we've shown absolutely nothing going forward in 2 different attacking shapes. We switched to the 2 up top. It's made no difference. Sadie's now picked up a knock, so that might take 2 strikers off the table anyway, if he's going to be out for a while. But yeah, this has been an indication that this might be a tough season. I think he's offside there. The flag's not gone up, which is weird. I'm pretty sure he was offside. But, I mean, that's decent work from Cabia. I would prefer to see him cross there, though. It even says in the commentary, Cabia did so well until the finish. Bearing in mind, that guy got like 19 assists last year. He was all about setting up everybody else. And he's been a bit selfish there. And it was a bit rubbish. Right, we end the episode. Still not in the relegation zone, which is important, but we are behind the Kev ratio, which is a worry. 5 points from the first 6 games, and now we play Leeds next, who are one of the top teams in the league, and Bournemouth. This might be a tricky season ahead of us, because it's not been the best start to the season we could have hoped for. Can we play Sheffield Wednesday every week, please? We'll come back somewhere around here and hopefully we'll have won a match or 2 before. In fact, we probably need to come back for Luton. They came up with us and they're second favourites for relegation. So we probably need to beat them. But if you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.